All right, we should be live. Thanks for joining us from Wonderfest. I just want to get a sound check, so if anyone has any problems with the audio, let me know. I know we had a lot of trouble with it last year, but we've got a slightly different arrangement. I think will work out a little better. I'm going to be hanging out here with the laptop and the microphone right here in front of me, and I'm going to have my pal Chris do all the camera work. So if we're coming through loud and clear, just let me know. It's kind of loud here in the room itself. Hearing okay, cool. All right, so thanks for joining us. This is our way of bringing Wonderfest to you at home. Anyone that wasn't able to make it out to the show, I can tell you this year's show seems to have had a lot more people attend. Seems to be a record-breaking show as far as attendance, just from the optics of it. We've been very busy at the booth here, but with just a couple short hours left in the show today, things are starting to wind down, so we're able to do this live stream for you guys. Okay, cool. So you're hearing me. There's a little bit of a lag. So what I'll do is I'll have Chris start going through our booth, and I'll talk through kind of what he's showing. And I've got the live chat right here in front of me. So if you have questions, I'll do my best to interact. If you joined us earlier for the Q&A session, thank you for doing that. This session is a lot more for you guys. So thanks for being there. I wish I could have addressed any of your questions or concerns. I will go back and re-watch that one and try and follow the chat and just get a gist of what was going on there. But if you've got a question or anything, drop it in the chat here. Wonderfest is a sci-fi and horror-oriented model show, the biggest or maybe the only one in the country like it. So I know we had a lot of questions about car kits in the earlier session, and apologize for not making that clear that this is going to be very sci-fi and pulp culture oriented. So with that, we'll get started. So this is our walkthrough of our booth here at the show. Each year we're in the same spot. We've got a bit of a corner spot. So we're going to start with Star Trek. So we recently had the reissue of our Pilot Edition Enterprise, so you can build the 350 scale, so you can build any of the two pilot versions or the production version is commanded by Captain Kirk. We really did this to kind of celebrate Captain Pike and kind of make him, give him a little bit more face time, knowing that Strange New Worlds was coming. So slow down just a bit to see if you can get a better focus. There you go. That looks pretty good. So any hope of doing a 350 Reliant? If you could, go back and watch the Q&A live stream. That's one of the first questions I addressed and really talked through what's going on with that project. So the next model on our table is the Enterprise C. So we're bringing this one back. It is a straight reissue of the Enterprise, or the Enterprise C, that was produced by AMT. We'll be doing this one in that milky white plastic that we did the clear edition of the Voyager. So anybody that wants to do custom lighting will be able to do that with this version of the kit. We'll round two be attending the Acme show in Smyrna, Georgia this November. Not that I am aware of. Usually we try and stick to shows that we're in driving distance of from South Bend, Indiana. Any chance of going 350 Star Trek D7? Not at this point. There are lots of other things that are in development though. So next we've got our reissue of the Enterprise Bridge from TOS. And somebody has lost their head. Looks like Bones is taking a nap. We've also got the reissue of the AMT Enterprise in the second edition box that's actually gotten a pretty strong reaction, as a lot of modelers have built that version of the kit and are excited to see that box come back. So let's see, just reading through some of the chat messages here. I won't be able to address any of the car kit questions just because I don't have a really strong knowledge on what's happening on that side. Let's see here. What I'll do is I'll kind of follow whatever questions I see, and then at the end, I'll scroll back through and see if any that are missed that I can address here. Do we plan on putting LEDs in our cars soon? Not something that's been discussed, but that's a cool idea. All right, so we've got the Voyager kit that was we brought and showed last year. Just bring it back. It's a fresh kit, popular 1000 scale. Comes with the optional landing gear, so you can build it as a landed version or in flight on its stand. Of course, you saw there the nacelles do change position, so you can have that opportunity to do that. A chance of 1/350 Klingon bird of prey. Well, our AMT bird of prey is considered 350 scale. Any chance? Okay, so we're looking at the Enterprise, or the Klingon Kronos 1. So this is one of the announcements we're making here at the show, that we're working on the conversion parts to be able to bring out the Kronos 1 version of the Klingon D7, or the Klingon battlecruiser, the Katinga, in 350 scale. So Charles Adams is hard at work on finishing up the CAD work for that. So we'd hope to bring that out by the end of this year. It'll probably be an early 2023 release. So next we've got the Grissom. Somebody asked about if we were doing a light kit for the Grissom. I had originally announced that we probably would, but chances are now that we won't. But Jim Small has done an excellent build here and put in custom lighting to great effect, and it's quite an admirable build execution with both the finish and the lights in that model right there. So we've got the USS Enterprise in 1000 scale. This is the one from Discovery. And of course, with Strange New Worlds coming out, everyone's wondering if we plan on doing changes to it to make it look more like the Strange New Worlds Enterprise. And the answer is yes, we do plan on doing that. So there are different details along the back end under the whale tail, on the inboard nacelles. The bridge has a difference there. And then the thing we're not showing really here is the most obvious feature, which is the windows that are repositioned along the edge of the saucer section. So we'll be working on all that as we go. Do we have a 68 Coronet hardtop coming out? I honestly don't know. I don't work on the car side, and I apologize that I can't answer that for you here today. Are the 1000 scale NX01 decals on schedule for release this summer? Yes. All artwork has been done and submitted to the factory, so it's just a matter of production and shipping. So this shows the interior mock-up for the Galileo shuttle. You can see the seats there in the interior. So this shows that you are getting all the walls, ceiling, and floor for the interior. And then we've got all the kind of computer modules and things like that mount to the walls are all loose parts there on our table. And of course, it does have the rear compartment with a sliding door back there. We'll have a ceiling with a clear light window diffuser. So there you go. Where is the next show round 2 is going to? Honestly, I don't know. I personally do this show at Wonderfest, and occasionally, like we did a Star Trek show recently, and we don't plan on doing IPMS this year. The car guys did do a show near Indianapolis a couple weeks ago. So we're just really limited as far as the amount of shows we can travel to and also be able to keep up on model kit development. So if you are a car modeler or a pop culture modeler, this one should apply to all of you. It's a 25 scale Black Beauty from Green Hornet. It's a labor of love. It's got focusing in on the look of the figures in there. We are doing our due diligence, that is for sure, to make sure that this model gets done accurately to reflect the way the car looked at the time of filming Black Beauty or Green Hornet back in the late 60s. How can you attain an AMT ball cap? Go to our website. I believe AMT ball caps have recently just been made available. When will the Galileo interior be released? We're hoping by the end of the year. One of the things we've had to say this year at the show is that all the dates are really in flux just due to all kinds of circumstances. And it's just hard to nail down exactly when something is going to be released these days. So now we're focusing in on our Razor Crest from Star Wars The Mandalorian. This is a build-up. Trying to get it in focus there. There you go. That's a good look at it. So this was finished with Spaztics chrome paint. The rattle can is a two paint system, a gloss coat of black and then a coat of the chrome finish on top. Then, of course, it was weathered heavily. It does have some decal proofs applied to it, so that's pretty close to what the decals will look like. This model was also lit by Jim Small. We do not plan on offering a light kit, but there's not a lot of complex lighting in this one. It should be simple enough for someone to light on their own if they desire to. Get a look at the back end so you can see the lights from the engines. So it looks like our batteries are running a little dim. We did bring plenty, but they need to be changed out throughout the show. But this one, our version does come with clear parts for with lighting in mind. So there you go. We've got, of course, Boba Fett's spaceship, Starfighter. There we go. So what's on that board behind there, Chris? So here we've announced that we're doing a 32nd scale TIE Fighter. So we're calling this the Studio Series, where we're basing all of our CAD data on the original Studio miniatures. So this should be the most detailed and authentic TIE Fighter ever put on the market as far as a model kit can go. We will have clear parts for lighting, meticulously researched and drawn in CAD by Round 2 associate Charles Adams. Really looking forward to getting this one out and about. I'm really excited about that TIE Fighter kit. So we've got the reissue of the NPC Darth Vader TIE Fighter.
You have 1 more hour to get your bid in.
Of course, we redid the pilot for that one, along with a couple of the wing details.
Come down and check it out and help us support the animals.
Interior of the Razor Crest. We're only supplying the cockpit. The data for the interior was not available when we started developing our kit, so that will not be included. Let's see, just looking up some of the other questions. I'll come back and review the chat for some questions, like I said, after we're done. So, yeah, we got to get a focus on that board back there. So the Bad Batch Havoc Marauder is one of the announcements we're making. We're doing this one in 1/144 scale. It'll be a snap-together kit, hopefully appealing to both young modeler and old, based on the Bad Batch animated series. It's just a really cool offensive shuttle ship design, so we're excited to bring that one to market. Next, we've got the reissues of the AT-AT and ATST. And then next to that, we've got our AMT TIE Fighter, which should be out around the end of the year. Next, we've got the Millennium Falcon, which is still a work in progress. So we're excited to give you a preview look of what that might look like by the time we are done. It's a wider angle view, and then lower the view so we can see like the thickness. There we go. That's a good look at it. Very cool. All right, so we're moving on to our Space 1999 section. So we're going to be bringing out the Moon Buggy from Space 1999, and we'll have optional parts that you could build it as just a regular Amphicat 6-wheeled ATV, including all the engine and mechanical elements that are usually hidden inside that vehicle. So if you're into a little mechanical detail, this is a really sweet little kit for you. It will include the Alphen figures and cargo that were issued previously by MPC. Let's see. Yeah, the Falcon's finally not fat anymore. We put it on a diet, that's for sure. All right, let's see if we can get a better focus on the Hawk. There we go. Well, it was there. There we go. So this is our 48 scale Hawk. One of our recent releases, roughly 15 inches long. All the detail you expect from our Space 1999 kits. Everyone was excited to see this one come to market, and we were happy to deliver. See if we can get a focus there on that. We're trying, guys. There we go. Very cool looking ship, in my opinion. Let's focus on that board behind there. So one of the other announcements for the show is the 14-inch Metamorph Eagle transporter, which features the lab pod and spine boosters that were shown in the Metamorph episode of Space 1999. So we brought this out for the 22-inch version, and now we're bringing this out in a 14-inch version, and this will be the Eagle 1. It will have the changed up cross member, the cross pipe at the back near the engine bells and the bottles back there, the fuel bottles. Are we coming out with the 25th scale original Hot Wheels Sweet 16? You heard rumors. Not that I am aware of, but like I said, I'm not that into the development of the car kits, but I have not heard any whispers of that so far. So here we're showing the Comlock and Stun Gun that we brought to the show last year. There's been a release in the recent past, and everyone was excited for that. It's geared up to install lighting or custom lighting electronics. Everyone was excited when we brought that out. So let's move on to that 22-inch Eagle we got there. So we've gotten a lot of requests for the Cargo Eagle. Now it wasn't that successful first time around. So here's your chance. We'll be bringing this out sometime in 2023. It won't be out really soon, but we knew it was happening, so we wanted to bring it out to the show to show off today. And then let's take a look at that board there in the back. So it seems like this is the biggest news of the show, that we've gotten the license for Jerry Anderson's UFO television show. So really we're showing the Shadow Mobile and the Interceptor. We have the statement down there that scales and releases and release dates to be announced. So this is still in the planning process. We do have the license. No firm plans for what will come or when, but we're happy to expound upon that when the time is right. So with that, I'm going to settle down and see if I can get it a chair and put down this heavy laptop and go through the chat and take a look at some of the questions that you guys have, and we can have a little chit chat until the show's over. Trying to manage wires and not get caught up here. Thank you, Chris. All right. So, like I said, I will go back up through the chat and see what kind of things you have to talk about or clarify. All right. Any thoughts on a retooled Imperial Shuttle Tidarium? Some thoughts, sure. That's one of the tools that we found out was disposed of when we got the Star Wars license. So we will not be able to reissue that kit in its previous form. But I would like to do maybe if the Bad Batch shuttle does well, then to do the Tidarium shuttle in 144 as well, kind of, and have companion pieces. Let's see what else here.
All right, how are you guys doing?
Good.
Cargo 5, reissue. Is that just straight up?
So
reissue?
excitement for the UFO kits. That's cool. Let's see what else here. Thank you for ignoring the car guide. Say if I had more genuine information to offer on the cars, I would be happy to do that for you. I can't give you good information, so I'm not going to fill you with lies. Let's see here. Black Beauty looks great. Thank you. Have the car model division come to the summer NNL in Crystal Lake, Illinois in August. I'll let those guys know. Any chance of 1350 Klingon Bird of Prey will be reissued? Yes. We'll be doing the AMT Bird of Prey reissue next year sometime. Let's see here. Yeah, I wish I had information on that 69 Corvette or Coronet. I just don't know. Any chance of the Batmobile from Batman or from the Batman? It's something we've considered, and it's in our licensing agreement. It's not something we get tons of requests for. Maybe once they announce that they're doing a sequel, the interest may be there. It's definitely something we're considering. Maybe you guys could do a show schedule on the website. Miss the Indie Group show. Would like to catch round 2 sometime. I'll agree. We need to do a better job of marketing when we will be at the few shows we do attend. Point taken there. When will the Galileo interior be released? Hopefully by the end of the year. Any kits from DS9 in the future? I can't think of anything specific at the moment. How about a Star Wars Rebels Ghost ship? It's something that I've thought about. It's on not necessarily my to-do list, but list of possibilities. It's one of the things we'll be kind of monitoring interest in. will you be retooling the classic X-Wing? So we're announcing that the 32nd TIE Fighter will be the first in a series. And so the idea being that eventually we'll do a brand new accurate X-Wing in 32 scale at some point in the future. See the note there about U.S. production. Again, check out the live stream I did earlier. At the end of that, we talked about moving some production back here to the U.S. So if you're interested in that, please take a look at that video. How did you fix the Millennium Falcon center? How change the sidewalls? I don't understand the question, and it would probably be too difficult to answer here anyway. So no problem. Hopefully, when the kit comes out, I will answer your questions. All right, that takes us up to the top. I see the request for the Barracuda there, way back when we started. Okay, so let me catch up on the most recent questions here. Any love for 2500 Star Trek ships? They make great tabletop gaming miniatures and kit bash. We don't get many requests for those scales, and we did quite a bit in those, and they did okay. I think we need to look at reissuing some of those and maybe a box set or something like that. The Skydiver is part of the UFO license, so that would be like number 3 in the priority list, probably, as far as what kit to do. Will Round 2 ever release the 89 Batwing? We have re-released that one just a couple years ago. You're all right. What do you need? I'm not done, but I can answer your question.
I just want to let you know that yesterday we had a different neighbor.
Okay.
And they're concerned about the feet,
Straighten it up. All right. Since you have active 2001 Space Odyssey license, that's wrong, guys. We're not the we're not the 2001 guys. Any plans for the Buck Rogers ships? No. We were asked like I explained in our earlier video, that if we take on anything else, we're going to get spread too thin. Somebody asked if all chains were off, we could do whatever we want. What would we pursue? Probably, and I said chances are it would be Thunderbirds, just gauging from the interest in UFO. How about a really big AT-AT? Dragon announced 135 scale years ago, but that never happened. I know there's interest in that. It's on our list of Star Wars kits. It's a long list of stuff to get to, but that is on it. If you have any Hero Sky 1 picks, I have plenty. Send me a message on Facebook Messenger. Look up Jamie Hood there and send me a message about that. How about Mass Effect or Halo ships? Again, just we would get spread too thin to do more licensing. Sorry, the chat just hopped there. Let me go back. 1/5/32 repop Reliance. Since no 1/350 is planned on, that's a strong possibility. And thanks for the compliments on the 537 there. That was quite a bit of work to get that kind of whipped back into shape. I might. It's not currently on the schedule for next year, but I might swap something out and put that in, along with maybe some of the other things that have been suggested today. Love the TOS shuttle interior, cool. Who runs the model car division? I want to know. It's the C1500 454 want to know, is the C1500 454 model S or SS model was? I'm not getting the question there. I do know that there's some traction happening with that kit probably next year. Didn't Bill George work on the filming Reliant miniature? He stopped by and actually showed me a picture that he had that ILM had sent him that they have told him not to spread around. And it wasn't the type of photo that would help us, but he said he'll share with us whatever pertinent information he has.
Dealers and guests.
Who runs the car model division? John Gruzula is our car model kit line planner.
Join us for food, fun, and
Will the Galileo interior be a separate kit? Sorry, we got a loud announcement here. Will the Galileo interior be a separate kit or only sold with a full set? It will be both. It will be offered as a set by itself for a limited time for anyone that owns the Galileo kit already. We're offering that for you guys so that you don't have to rebuy the whole kit. So it will be available at the same time, but we're only doing one production run of the interior. So when you see it, buy it. Will the Aztec decals for the 1350 refit Enterprise be reissued again? And this is the last reissue. We just brought that back out. I'm sure we have it in stock. Let's see. What about the NX01 1350? I mentioned we talked about that in the earlier video, so please check that out. I had a detailed answer there. Everything from UFO is worthy of styrene. Nice. It is a Star Wars junk graveyard box of several different parts of starfighters and other bits to be possible. Maybe different series with different parts for kit bashing ugly starfighters. Too expensive? I tend to try to stay to canon ships and deliver whole ships because I think that's what the majority of people want. Is there a reissue of the TOS 1537 Enterprise coming out? Are you talking about the Cutaway? If so, no, we're not doing the Cutaway again. The 650 kit is being reboxed. That's one I showed earlier in the video. And you had some great kits for the future. Can't wait. Thanks, man. Y'all need to make other Star Trek kits like sick bay, transporter room, engineering, and so on. You have to go with the bridge kit. We have gotten in requests for those types of kits at the show. We also, in the earlier video, talked about other bridges from other versions of the ship, like the refit, Enterprise A, and Next Generation. Naboo N1 Starfighter, yes, we'll reissue that very early next year. And that looks like the bottom of the list of questions. I apologize if I missed anything, but I do really appreciate you guys coming out and taking a look to see what we had to talk about today, what we had to show here at Wonderfest. Let's see, last couple of comments. More 1,000 scale ships, please. Also, the shuttle is a fantastic kit. Thank you. How does all this affect you? Feel that you're under a lot of pressure at times? It gets hectic, but I also love it. So, thank you for the 350 Katinga. Any chance for Star Wars ships in 164 scale where it makes sense, but I can't think of anything offhand that is planned. All right, yeah, thanks for doing the stream. I'd appreciate you guys again. Hit that like button if you're not subscribed. Chad Reed, you are probably already aware, does a monthly video showing what we have coming out. Hit the like. Feel free if a question or comment comes to you after this is over, or if you're watching this on a rewind, please leave a comment. I'll go through this week and look through the comments and see if there's any questions I can answer after the fact. Uh, Current Godzilla, we've had a few Godzillas on our price list. They're probably about to run out of inventory on those. Nothing brand new planned as far as Godzilla goes. How about a 124 Black Beauty? Rewind through the show, not 124th, but 125th in the works. All right. So with that, I'll thank you again for joining us. It's been a great show here at Wonderfest. Always glad to come out and see people. If you're ever in the Louisville area, the first weekend, it's the first weekend in June every year. Please come out, check it out. Everybody has a great time here. Sorry we missed you guys that you couldn't make it, but thanks for tuning in here. And with that, we'll say goodbye, and we'll talk to you later. Bye, everyone.